Hi, Logan, a moment? A moment?
A moment.
All right, hi. We got Logan Browning here, star of the show Dear White People on Netflix. How are you today?
I'm awesome. How are you?
Good. What do you think of all this buzz of all the show that's going on right now?
I think it's well warranted. I think the show's awesome.
So you play the radio DJ in the show. Do you have any radio DJ background or any DJing background or spinning?
I did my friend's mixtapes in middle school. Aside from that, I did go to a radio station and learn how to work the boards before I did the show, so I felt really comfortable when I started the series.
So let's hear your intro when the show comes on. How's the intro sound? Go.
To my own show?
Yeah, on your show on the air, on the TV show.
Oh, like Dear White People.
On the Dear White People. That's the show we're talking about right now, right? What's your call? Let's hear it. Go.
It's just Dear White People, and then I'll just follow with something really snarky and poignant.
Right, and a lot of satire, a lot of sarcasm, right?
Yes.
In the show. How do you feel about how the show is kind of going to be received, given kind of the way society is now on this topic and the subject matter?
I think it's very relevant. I think it's very important. I think already people are responding very well, even if they don't necessarily agree with or agree with each other. I think conversations are being had, and that's what's really important. The show isn't trying to preach to anyone. The show is just opening a dialogue, and everyone has been sharing really great ideas and concepts with each other, which is what the show is about. And
on the contrary, it's kind of actually poking fun at, is it not? And kind of like being a little bit self-deprecating and such. How does that kind of play through in the writing?
Well, you get to look at specifically the black community, and there is some definite, some realizations of our own faults, and I think that's refreshing because you don't want any characters or types of people to seem perfect, and that humanizes them more and allows for stories of black characters specifically to be told in a very normalized way.
And being that your character is sort of the central character in the show and the radio DJ with the biggest voice, what message does your character have to say to the rest of the world?
She's got a lot to say about racism and just about people, no matter what their race, thinking that the things that they do and say don't matter. They do, and they have specific consequences, and race does color, and it does exist in terms of how you're viewed and how society views you, and you have to acknowledge that about people in order to understand them. So when you acknowledge our society and our system, then you get to move forward. Then you get to have those conversations.
And words matter, don't they?
They do.
Especially when you're Bill Maher and you say stuff, right? Right? I thought I would say just throw that in there, a little topical conversation.
Honestly,
can you believe it?
And there's some girl on Twitter, Kelly somebody, and I guess her dad was a comedian, and her whole thing is like it's all about context. There is no context.
No.
There is no point where even I think I would feel comfortable saying that in a public setting, if ever. There is no time that should have ever come out of his mouth.
I agree. Little passion right there from Logan Browning.
No.
I love it. I lit her up. A high five.
No, sorry, actually, not sorry.
No, I put her on the spot, and you performed well. That's Logan Browning. She plays Samantha White in Dear White People. Thank you so much for spending time with